taken into the wonderful world of EverFunnels. Now, with EverFunnels, what I'm able to do is I'm able to set up a free member sign up page, a sales page, and a webinar funnel. Now, this one here is our own internal webinar platform. This is what we've been doing the pre-launch with. This is our summit funnel. Okay, so I'm going to start with the webinar sign up page. I can create a member sign up page, or I can create a thank you page. So if I just come over here, I would go ahead and choose my template. I would name this, I'll just name it Cat, and then I would click proceed. And then you're going to see it is a very, very basic editor. We are not a page editor. We don't want to be. Instead, we just want to create the pages that we need to go out there and sell our course. Okay, so I can come over here and I can just go ahead and change this very, very quickly. I can change out the buttons. Now, I don't have to mess with autoresponder code. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is say, okay, send it to this course, or I can send it to an external URL. So yes, you can use our pages outside of EverFunnels if you want, but that was not the point. The point was to use it with our system. Okay, so there is a very basic member sign up page. You can do video, you can do images. By the way, we are integrated with Unsplash, so we're bringing in some very, very beautiful images. If I come over here to the thank you pages, you can see that we have just some generic thank you pages that you can pull into your courses, your free signups, whatever you want to do. Okay, that's cool. That's the member sign up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the sales page funnel. Now, this is how this whole thing is going to work. Okay, they're going to come over here. They're going to choose their set. So like this is one set. We have a sales page and we have an order form. Okay, so there's another set, and we're loading more sets as we speak. But this is what they're going to do. We don't want them to go through the traditional process of creating a sales page, right? Where they have to drag and drop blocks and split cells and choose colors and place it. We don't want that. Instead, we want to get them set up with a course sales page. So all we need them to do is come over here and fill out some simple little forms, and then we're going to build their page for them. And then we're going to use this information everywhere we possibly can. So we want them to go ahead and put in the features, any FAQ they have, and then they got their privacy policy, external scripts, and everything else. And what happens is we take all that information and then we go and plug it into their page for them. Now, at this point, they can override the changes that come from that form. But as you can see, all of this is done for them. Their seller list is automatically pulled in. Their ratings are automatically pulled in. The testimonials are automatically pulled in because people are leaving reviews inside the course. Here's the FAQ session about the instructor. We have a call to action block here, other pricing options available, and then we have a strong call to action down here at the bottom. So this page is automatically created for them. So if I come over here and if I go ahead and choose a different set, now you're going to see what this sales page looks like, right? So all of this is done automatically for them, and then they can change all the information. They can change out this image. They can change their colors. They can do whatever they want with this simple little remote bar. Now, I will tell you that we are going to keep developing out these pages and this whole entire builder, okay? And I'll show you some of the designs that are taking place right now. But now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this one that says webinar funnel. Now, once again, we're going to come over here. We're going to go ahead and choose our theme. Okay, so we have all these different themes here. Okay, and so I have a webinar sign up page, webinar confirmation page, replay page, order form, and then we have what are called bridge pages. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to come over here to my setup, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my webinar. I'm going to choose the autoresponder that I want to put my leads into. If I want to notify my existing list inside of EverLesson with my pre-email sequence, I can do that. I'm going to set my start date. And then I'm going to come over here, put my webinar details in. I'm going to put my webinar benefits in. I'm going to put who it's hosted by. And then I got my secrets over here. And if I want to override the confirmation page, if I'm using like ManyChat or something like that, if I want to put them into a bot, I can go ahead and do that. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. Then they're going to come over here and they're going to do the same exact thing with the order setup. So they're going to go ahead and choose the package that is linked to inside of our system, or they can just do an external URL. So if they're using their own order form, they can do that. They put in their order page description, and then they go ahead and list out what they're going to get. And then what we do is we take these fields here, and we build out their order form. And we're going to use this information everywhere we possibly can, right? So we fill out these fields here. And then these pages here are automatically built for us. Okay, so there's one page, here's the confirmation page, here's the replay page, right? So they're all branded very, very nicely, no pun intended, right? They come over here. If they want to choose a different primary color, they can do that. Just very, very basic settings, nothing complicated. And then they can come over here and create as many bridge pages as they possibly want. All right. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to switch the set one more time just to give you an idea. So I'll go ahead and apply that theme. And now we got the new theme. So come over here. Here is my webinar registration page. So once again, I can override my changes and just come over here and just click and change things out. Very, very simple. Here is my webinar confirmation page. Here's my replay page. Here's my bridge page. And then we have our order form. Now, here's what's really cool about this, guys. Since all the pages are hosted with us, guess what we're able to do? Okay? We know when their webinar starts. We know when their webinar closes. We also know the link to their registration page, their confirmation page, their replay page, all their bridge pages. We know everything. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to write the emails for them. Okay, so these emails will work for any niche or marketplace. All right, so you see that I'm pulling in their webinar title dynamically for them. I'm pulling in their benefits. I'm pulling in their link. I'm pulling in their secrets that they're revealing. You can kind of see how we're able to use that information over and over and over, and we're just going to dynamically place it for them. So we got all the formatting here and everything else. You guys recognize some of these email swipes. The same things that we've been doing since like the first webinar came out, right? 10 or 11 years. And so they can come over here and they can go ahead and place the short codes. They can pull in their links. They can pull in all their bridge pages. And then we've got everything set for them. Now, if they want, they can override the times that I have set. But if they do, they're going to break it because we've already figured out their countdown timer, when it needs to be shut off. If the email says it's going to shut down in 10 hours, we're going to make sure that the countdown timer is synced with that, with the offer closing. Like this is a no-brainer. All they got to go do is just add a little bit of love and touch to these emails, right? So if they're out there promoting cryptocurrency or if they're promoting real estate or whatever, they might want to go through there and add a little bit of touch. But even if they don't, these emails are going to go out, okay? So we have a pre-email series. We got an indoctrination series. So after somebody registers, guys, these emails go out to those registrants. So you can see registrants only, what to expect on the webinar title, right? So we got these emails here. The big day is approaching, T-minus 1 hour, 15 minutes until showtime. And then we got live. This is an email that goes out after the webinar starts. And then we have our post series. This is our replay series. So we got time-sensitive follow-up from today's training. We got webinar with the webinar title. Did you miss the Webby? Did you catch that? 10 hours, what's it going to be? 3 hours until the vault closes. The doors are closing, right? So all of these emails are already queued up inside of our system using their SMTP. They're ready to go. There's a series of steps that they're going to go through. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you that. If I come back over here to setup. So here's how this works with the post email, okay? We've set up their webinar sign-up pages and everything. They're going to go and they're going to run their webinar. Now, they're going to be able to do it on Google Hangouts. They can do it on Zoom. They can do it on GoToWebinar, Webinar Geo, Webinar Jam, whatever they have. And they're going to take their replay and we're going to load our replay right here. Now, once we have our replay loaded, we know what our close date is, and our post email has been activated, then this button turns green, and as soon as it does, the timer starts. The post email is then sent out for them. That's how we're able to queue up everything, okay? Now, here's how we're going to help boost their attendance and their sign-up rate for the webinars. Now, I'm going to show you something that we actually do in our own business. If I come over here to webinar enhancers, guys, we got some more magic happening. Because here's the thing. What I can do is I can turn this on right here. And what this does, this is going to put a link inside of my emails. So my emails are going to be modified or they're going to be replaced depending on what I turn on. So with this one right here, we're going to say, hey, thank you so much for signing up for the webinar. If you would do me a favor, fill out this survey, right? And so what that's going to do is that's going to get the person excited. They're going to be anxious to join your webinar because they know you care about them. But you, the person hosting the webinar, you're going to get added information that people are going to help you determine the direction you need to go with that webinar. They're going to tell you exactly what it is they're struggling with. But not only that, if you do this right, you're actually able to get leads into your pipeline. And what we do is we follow up with them after the webinar ends. We have this one called Survey Link Post. So after the, right before the post email series concludes, we put them in a survey here too. And what that does, that addresses any objections. So usually we've been known to close 80% of a webinar because we'll get on the phone with them. We'll say, okay, I understand the price is too high, but did you value everything that we showed you? So yes. Did you think you can see with it? Yeah. Okay. So your only problem is the price. What if I give you a payment plan, right? Or a lot of times they'll have a question about something that becomes an objection. And when you get on the phone, you can say, oh yeah, you know what? It'll do this. Like, yeah, you can load your course with a spreadsheet. That's no problem. That's included in your version. Can I put you on a payment plan? Boom, closed, right? So this is very, very valuable. Webinar resources. This goes in your indoctrination. So it says, hey, thank you so much for signing up. I want to make sure you're prepared for the webinar. So what I've done is I've given you a blueprint. Check out this blueprint, comment below. Let me know what you think, right? So now we have the webinar resources. Over here, we have the webinar resources post. So what this is goes out during the replay. This goes in the post and it says, hey, thank you so much for joining the webinar. What I did was I went and put together a list of the top 10 niches that you can go after to build out your courses, or the top 10 coins you need to invest in right now to boost your portfolio, right? This is going to increase your sales. Over here, if we turn this on, this is a free gift that is included inside your pre-email sequence. So it says, hey, when you join the webinar, I'm going to give you a free gift as well, right? So you turn all these on and your webinar formats are going to change. We also have webinar bonuses that are announced in the post series. We got testimonials that come out in the post series, and we have QA questions that come out in the post series. Guys, these are all of our secrets that we use to get massive conversions with our webinars. But I'll be honest with you, sometimes we have a hard time making sure that all of these things are actually sent out because it's a lot of work. But not no more, because we built the dream system that will do all of this for you, okay? Now, guess what? It gets even better, because now I'm going to get into the OTO. So let's say that you got your pages rocking and rolling. You've ran this webinar many times. You've addressed the objections. You got it converting as high as it can possibly convert. And now what you want to do is you want to just drive traffic to it and put it in an auto webinar funnel. Well, that's what you're able to do with the EverFunnels Pro offer. If I come over here, I have my auto webinar funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy my existing settings from my webinar that's rocking and rolling into my auto webinar funnel. Now, I can leave that first webinar alone so that if any of you want to team up and you want to go out there and run our course immersion offer, you can. I can just simply turn it on whenever I want. My pages are all there. I can go ahead and modify it. I can add your guys' image in there, whatever. We're good to go. But I also have this running on autopilot. So all I'm going to do is just blast it with ads, right? And send all the new leads to this auto webinar right here. So I would come over here and I would go ahead and copy my existing webinar. Then I would come over here and I would set my time. So I got random times, webinar blackouts, reoccurring webinars, exact scheduled webinars. So I would just come over here and schedule it how I want. Then I got my general webinar settings that you guys would expect to find. So I got my video here that's already loaded from the previous setup. I turn on a chat box. I got display attendees, sharing box. I got my order page link here. I got my registration settings. I got blackout hours, limit registrations. Here's the notification settings. So these are the pre-email. Here's the post emails. And then I got these setups that I can do where I can have messages appear. I'll kind of show you this here in a second before the webinar starts. And this actually replicates like a live webinar setup. And so you can go through and you can set all this up. And then I come over here to my links. And what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll click visit and you'll see what we have. Okay, so now you're seeing kind of what our auto webinar platform looks like. You may think that it resembles other platforms out there. Good, that's exactly what we wanted to happen. Like, we want people to think this is a real webinar, right? So the menu over here, it collapses. There's buttons down here at the bottom. We got this thing that has webinar guests. We have chats that are coming in there, right? All this stuff happens and all this appears in the back end, and then go ahead and save the chats. Like everything that you would expect with an auto webinar platform, guys, it is here. But understand that we're just getting our feet wet with it. So now, just like we did with EverLesson, we're going to take this to a whole new level. And we're already experimenting with things. We've already got amazing key partners that are crushing it with webinars. They're working with us. So we definitely want to get you guys using this webinar platform. Okay, but this looks pretty cool. And you can swap out your background here. We're going to have different broadcast rooms, all kinds of cool stuff. We're about to become masters with the Auto Webinar platform. Okay, so now you're kind of getting a good idea exactly what EverFunnels is. It's a very, very powerful software. And by the way, if I come over here to my Trello card really quick, let me just kind of show you what one of our OTOs are. Okay, so you see that these designs are already loaded. We have designs being created every single day. I got a whole entire design team that's just knocking out these designs. If you guys have custom designs, send them over to me. I'll get them built, put inside the system. So these are all sets, right? So one of our OTOs is going to be our template club. So they're going to receive a set every single month. That's going to be the sales page. It's going to be the free sign-up page. It's going to be the course interior page. It's going to be the webinar sign-up page, webinar confirmation page, webinar replay page, the order form. They're going to get a new set loaded into their account each and every month. So you're kind of getting an idea of the direction that we're going with this platform. And if you look here, I've got all these sales pages being created, right? So if I open up the sales page here, you'll kind of get an idea what the quality is that we're looking for with this platform, right? So they're very, very high converting sales pages. Everybody loves them. And remember, they don't have to do any work. These sales pages are already there waiting for them. All they're going to do is swap out their images, change a little bit of text. And guys, I don't know if you can beat this kind of quality, especially if it's just sitting there waiting for you. Okay, so now you guys know exactly the direction we're going with EverFunnels. I believe that this is going to convert like crazy for you. But if you guys have any questions at all, please reach out to me. Let us know what we can do to assist you. You have the ability to make a lot of money with this launch. Oh, and just to kind of give you a sneak peek, this is our marketplace. So we're going to go out there. We're basically going to do what Udemy does. We're going to bring in free leads, and then we're going to get them inside the EverFunnels system. So here is our sales page. We've already got this created. We're already programming all this in, but this is what the sales pages are going to look like for the EverLesson marketplace. So you're partnering up with people that are here to stay. We've got 3 years into this platform. My partner, Karthik Ramani, everybody knows him, top-notch guy. We got 14 developers on this all the time, and we're looking forward to partnering with you. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and we look forward to crushing it with you. Take care.